Hello, and welcome back to Psycosmos. We're joined here by our good friend, Jeff.
Jeff the Panda.
Today, we're going to be talking about, among other things, smiles.
Smiles.
Are you going to be able to read that, you think?
Well, if they can't, then they'll just need to smile. Bridget, why don't you tell us a little bit about smiling?
Oh, okay. I'll start it off. I think that's when you smile, immediately puts you in a better mood. Honestly, when you see people smiling and laughing, I immediately start smiling and laughing. It's contagious.
For sure.
It's the most contagious, but the best contagious disease.
It is oddly contagious. As Rich brought up Jeff before, there are some pandas that have a higher jawline, and which brings their cheeks up. And depending on the angle, you can actually see them, and it looks like they're smiling more. And my perception of that is that they're in a much better mood.
Yeah.
And then I laugh. I'm like, look at this happy panda. Well, I know maybe the panda's not happy, but he looks happy.
I feel like some dogs and cats are just naturally more expressive like that too. Like Nymeria, one of my lovely cats. Generally, if you look at her, like you said, especially from the side, it really looks like she has this little Cheshire cat grin going on. It's just adorable.
Absolutely. There's this thing where if you smile, it puts you in a better mood as well.
Yeah,
correct?
it releases like some sort of endorphins in your body, and it makes your brain waves immediately, like you just have a better perception and better mood feeling.
I wonder why it is then that people don't do it more. It's almost like people want other people to know that they're in a bad mood because they're having maybe other thoughts that are not so good. It's
kind of hard too when like you're walking down the street or in like a gas station or anywhere, some sort of store, and you just walk past people, and I try to like either smile or wave to most people. Sometimes people are just like, they don't even see you there, you know. They're just like, I'm just gonna continue doing my thing. Or like I've driven down the road and people walking their dogs are so into the dog walking, and I'm just like, oh hey, hi neighbor, and they're just mad. Yeah,
really?
they just keep the face, keep it.
That's weird.
I don't know. It's like sometimes like you're saying, like it could be harder to just get out of the mood that you're in already.
It's like a mindset.
Yeah.
I noticed, and that's interesting that you said that about the people walking their dogs, because I live in not a closed neighborhood, but it's a close-knit neighborhood, and a lot of the neighbors do know each other, and everyone kind of waves and makes eye contact, but outside of that neighborhood, there's a lack of eye contact. Like if you're at the mall, I mean, when you're at the mall, so much is going on that you're not particularly looking at everybody, but people need to smile more.
Yeah.
Like make more eye contact. Things like that. I feel like there's a lack of it.
I think a lot of people, a lot of it has to do with the type of interactions that we have to have every day.
Yes.
Where it's very transactional. We're usually not going out into public with the express intent of trying to make friends and relationships with other strangers just in and of itself. It's like that's not really a thing, which, you know, it's not for everybody. Sometimes people want to do that, but in general, because that's not a thing, and because every time you deal with somebody, a lot of the time it's you need to buy something, or you need a service from them, or you're trying to get to another good or service through somebody else. So for some people, it just seems easier to them, I guess, to be like, well, this person, it's not that I hate you, it's just that you're not worth my extra positivity and time to like put on a smile, treat you with a positive attitude and everything. It'd be much easier for me to just think of you as you're just a person. I just need to get this thing from you, and now I'm on my way.
That's a great point, because given the circumstance of each situation that people find themselves in, if everyone already knows that, like you said, we're all kind of in this, and sometimes the social interactions are, as you said, more transactional, why not at least be in a good mood for them?
Mm-hmm.
Or ask them about how their day was, even if it's brief. And people don't do that anymore at all.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's also because there's just so many people. We have so many people that it kind of at a point, I guess, like takes the gravity out of like relationships you have with people outside of your immediate family, your very close friends, and maybe some relatives that are pretty close to you outside your family. There's not as much of a sense, like what you were talking about with the close-knit community, that's more of a rare thing now than it used to be. It just seems like people are more and more disconnected from each other. I'm sure, you know, technology politics, the economy, all that plays into it. But like
Yeah.
at the core, it's how people view themselves in a big society that's filled with a whole bunch of people, and it's constantly being emphasized that you're in a competitive world, in a competitive society. It makes it very difficult to form any sort of rapport with people and like start building like any sort of real relationship. And also, you just don't have time.
Yeah.
It might seem nice. It would be great to become friends with every single person that you come across in your day-to-day interactions, but you're only one person. You don't have the time to become best friends and becoming ingrained and
I agree.
Participatory in the lives of every person that you come across, like the cashier, the sales clerk, the guy working at the gas station.
That's exactly what I was going to bring up is like gas stations and whatnot. And it's really a reflection on the business too. Like I'm sure if people go to certain places and the worker is more in a better mood, that person will be more likely to go back to that place as opposed to another place where someone wasn't so happy. Of course, there's not enough time to make friends with everyone you come across, but at the very least, be friendly. And people are not even being friendly anymore. It's not really acceptable the way I see it.
For sure.
So if you are friendly to me, I will also be friendly back to you. And that itself is a healthy transaction. But when it's, put $20 on 7 for me, like here's the 20, and then walks out the door, it's like, what are you doing? Get out! Like,
come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been times when I needed help in an aisle and I can't find somebody around me to help me at all. And then I finally see somebody, but they're not with anybody else. And I go up to them and I've asked, hey, do you have a moment to help me in this area with something I'm trying to find? And they just keep walking sometimes. Like that's like Walmart, like the same thing. Like they just kept walking, and then I was like, I need help, and they were like, well, I'm helping somebody else. Like didn't even really answer me, you know. And then they just kind of have that negative feeling all the time. Life gets better when you stay positive and you keep positive, and your days are better. And talking to people better, like just trying to make somebody happy, like just being positive can make someone else's day.
For sure.
So when you're kind of being negative all the time, or if you're being like doubtful of everything,
it radiates to everyone around you.
Yeah, and everyone around you is always like the person behind you in line could even be like, well, that kind of messed up my whole day.
And for me, it's like, I get it. Like everyone has their bad days. I myself have been so stressed on some days where I am in that mood. And I can see that people can see that as well. But at the very least, I feel it's my responsibility if I come off in a certain way to step back, take a deep breath, and say to them, I apologize, I am in a bad mood today, I have a lot going on. I don't mean to seem rude if I seem so.
That's a big thing that people like also need to account for at work. Because sometimes you go into work with like personal issues, and you have to separate work and relationship, like with yourself and like with your personal life, and work with your work relationship with your job. You gotta like separate them. So it's like if you walk in with a bad mood, sometimes you can always like make the rest of the team have a bad feeling, and then everyone's like in a bad mood at work. Everyone's like not working together, and everyone's kind of just doing their own thing and being a little upset, you know.
Because like it's not about like not having a bad mood. It's like what you're both saying is you don't let it bleed into how you treat other people.
Yeah.
Like both sides of it.
Yeah.
And I think that's where people, I don't want to say mistake, but they make a bad choice. What you were saying, where people feel as though no one's really friendly anymore. I think everybody, all of us, and I think a lot of people, they realize the best way to deal with that then is to realize that I have the supreme choice for me in my life about how friendly I get to be. So I'll keep that positive, and then that's one net more positive, friendly personality out there. But I think a lot of people just focus on what you mentioned, where they realize that a lot of other people aren't friendly, and they come to the conclusion, well then, they're not worthy of me being friendly and kind and considerate, so just end it there. But that's just so self-defeating, because then it's like
you're giving in. You're being
literally
conforming.
The exact same
Don't
thing
conform,
that those people
be
are
a leader.
now.
Like be happy. Like she poked that dragon a minute ago and smiled at me, and what did I do? I smiled back. Like,
It's funny.
it's just like, look at Jeff. Like you guys laugh when I hug Jeff and whatnot, but it's great. I want everyone to be happy. I want everyone to be comfortable and happy. So
That's why I love laughter. That's one of the most special, unique things about human beings. I think
Yeah.
is our ability to take things,
And find it humorous.
such a wide swath of things too.
Yeah.
And I think it's just like a natural extension of like a smile. It's like an ultimate little expression of joy, because a lot of the times when you're really laughing about something, you don't really think about anything else. You're just laughing. You're just happy. You're just laughing.
Have you ever laughed so hard too, to where like afterwards you feel your body feels like really good inside too? Like
Yeah,
you
it's
just,
like giddy.
you just
Dude,
laugh so hard, you're
yes.
just like, oh man, that was funny. And then like you think about it again, like your stomach starts to get like laughter
Yeah,
again, and you just start thinking.
You can't stop
It's
laughing.
this release of energy.
Yeah.
And it's also bringing in energy as well when you release the laugh, because you're putting yourself in a good mood, which elevates.
I think it also does something where like it just brings a lot of oxygen into you too. So like immediately when you have more oxygen in your body, you just feel like more warm and fluid. You don't feel stiff.
Yeah.
You kind of just like feel more relaxed, and you're ready
More,
for the laughter.
Serotonin, I think
Yeah,
is released.
yeah,
or
something like
endorphins,
that. Along with the endorphins. Not a scientist, I don't know,
Yeah,
but I just know for a fact that it's something gets released, and
yeah, look it up for us. Let us know.
or we could just grab
Well,
Google right
yeah.
now. But
I think it's also the power of just like, because when you laugh, you have like sound reverberating through your body. It's just another thing about the power of sound. It also goes back to smiles being contagious, laughter being contagious.
Mhm.
It's, I don't know about you guys, but for me, like when you're in a group of people and everybody's laughing, it
Yeah.
just makes the thing more funny, and the
Yeah.
entire situation just funny, just more laughter.
Yeah.
I found myself once before, like, watching something I've already seen and didn't laugh at it, and then I'm watching it, and then the way that someone that's seeing it for the first time reacts so like die hard laughing, and it just immediately makes me like laugh at their reaction, because it's just funny to see someone else laugh so hard about something.
And when you're
It's
able
like-
to share that,
Yeah.
it makes that meaningful,
Yeah.
because you're making them laugh. You're giving them the ability to laugh by showing them whatever it is that's funny.
I always like to watch people's reactions too, when like they're watching something on my phone or something like that, and they're just I'm
And then
just,
it
like,
hits.
just watching
They're
them, like I'm like, come on, you gotta laugh.
I remember one time I went a very long time without seeing Matt for a while. It was like 2 or so months, and a lot of my a huge source of my laughter is when him and I get in a room together and we get all riled up and start cracking jokes and
Mhm.
whatnot. And we had to do a drive. So he was picking me up and he was driving me to our other good friend Sam's house. The entire car ride, we laughed because we were in such a small space. He's driving and we're just crazy.
I love your laugh, Dan.
Especially if you're stuck in a car, you can't escape it.
Yeah.
And then you just like,
It's like, what else is there, dude? Yeah, we can only listen to music so much in a long car ride before we have to like entertain ourselves.
yeah,
So
definitely gets boring.
Yeah, it does. People need to laugh and smile more.
Yeah.
Smile. Do it.
Don't forget to smile. That's what actually something I always say is tell people, I say, always remember to smile.
Yeah,
Like-
smile to a stranger. Smile to
Or-
someone who you think needs it. Pay attention to stuff.
Don't tell
else.
people they look prettier with a smile.
Always keep smiling.
That's just annoying.
Yeah. Smile on.
Thank you for watching our video. Please like and subscribe and push our notification bell. You can also help support us by following us on Instagram, Snapchat, Patreon, and Facebook. I did it!